Chapter 12. A New Balance. The band started exactly as David had hoped. He met up with a handful of other dads, most of them with beer guts and all, at a local coffee. Over a round of Americanos, they started hashing out the details. There was Mark, a software engineer with 2 sons who were both into taekwondo and football. He played a decent bass. Then there was Kevin, a high school history teacher with twins on the way, who with his wife, had 2 boys of his own and a surprisingly soulful singing voice, and also played the bass. Finally, there was Dave, another Dave, they joked. A stay-at-home dad with a son and daughter. He did freelance writing and marketing and had a booming laugh and a solid drum kit in his garage. "All right, guys," David said, taking a swig of his coffee. "We've got 2 bassists here. That ain't gonna work. One of you has gotta step up and do something else. Kevin, I heard you humming earlier. Ever thought about taking lead vocals?" Kevin chuckled, running a hand over his thinning hair. "Lead vocals? Me? I mostly sing in the shower. But I guess I could give it a shot. Or maybe piano. I tinkered with it in college but haven't touched it in years though." "Piano would be awesome." Mark chimed in. "We could get a real dad rock vibe going. I'm happy to stick with the bass. It's less demanding." They spent the next hour solidifying their lineup and their commitment. They agreed to a strict schedule. 2 nights a week for 2-hour practice sessions that would include songwriting, and no more than 2 one-hour gigs a week. This meant a maximum of 6 hours a week, ensuring their families would always come first. The conversation revolved around music but inevitably tied into the familiar chaos of fatherhood. They went on and on about their kids, from t-ball and ballet to video games and school plays. They all shared the same sentiment, a profound love for their families, but also a deep need to do something just for themselves. They even agreed to a monthly guy thing weekend, fishing, hunting, and maybe even floating down a river or making a log cabin in the woods. But as they talked about their sons, a familiar ache of pain returned to David's heart. Mark talked about his boys and Dave talked about his sons. He felt that familiar jolt of pain not having a son, and for a moment felt like a 5th wheel in their plans. While he loved his daughters and was immensely proud of them, he couldn't help but feel a lingering sense of loss for the traditional guy experiences he wouldn't share. He realized that this was a small, quiet part of himself that was still very incomplete. A gift of gratitude. Meanwhile, Mina and Maya met up with their boyfriends and friends to share stories and gifts from their trip. Mina gave Liam the carved fan she had bought in Insadong and a bottle of soju for his parents, compliments of her second mom. She told him all about her journey, from the reunion with her birth mom to her unexpected fame on YouTube. After the reunion, Mina spent the next few days editing and uploading the rest of her videos, creating the series she had decided on. She was still shocked by the initial views on her first video, but the response to the series was overwhelmingly positive. She was getting thoughtful comments and messages from other adoptees around the world. As she checked her analytics, she was pleased to see she had earned $500 in ad revenue from the smaller clips. On top of that, her Patreon account had been steadily growing, providing additional income she hadn't anticipated. A wave of emotions washed over her. She knew exactly what to do with the money. She opened a web browser, navigated to the website of Kleingelic, and donated the full $500. It was a tangible way to say thank you for her life and the gift of family she had been given.